Hey guys, it's Dante First 45 here. Here again with a throwback review of the 2-pack of, or actually 3-pack of Trunks, Cell Jr. and Perfect Cell. Yes, the 2-pack that came out in the early 2000s, and right off, this is like one of my childhood action figures I grew up having back then. So yeah, and the year it's the Trunks, Cell Jr. and Perfect Cell. You got the 3 Dragon Balls and a large rock filled with tiny rocks inside if you open it. I have reviewed this before back then, I think several years ago. Of course, at the time I didn't talk, but I used like music over it instead, showcasing the packaging and the figures itself. Yeah, this is like called the Good and Evil, Good versus Evil 2-pack. See in the back, some of the figures that I used to have, I think back then. Yeah, and this is what the 9-inch movie collection, Series 4, Battle Warrior Series 4. I used to have these back then. There's what one I have right now that I'm reviewing. Never had this, but I do have this in my collection. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what the packaging. So just a quick glimpse on their their photo image of themselves. SS2 Trunks and Perfect Cell. Yeah, so I'm gonna open this up right now. Alright, so I got them out of the box, and they look pretty good condition. Once again, I've had this for several years ago. I actually did a review of this before. So yeah, I mean, this is once again, these action figures came out in the early 2000s. I checked, it was like 2003. Yeah, and once again, these figures were my whole childhood. Back in the day. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, they have somewhat of accessories like the 3 Dragon Balls. So you got the so this is the 7 Star Ball. Let's see, like second. One Star Ball and a 3 Star Ball. Yeah, so of course you have a giant boulder or a small one of rocks filled with more rocks. And so yeah, it almost seems kind of pretty useless. I mean, I get it because when they're fighting, they smash through rocks. Like when they're fighting in midair, they dodge, and all that type of stuff. They're like surrounded by like boulders of rocks, and they just break them apart. Yeah, really nothing much here, really. I mean, it's okay to have them, but to me it seems a little somewhat useless still. Even though you can put them back in. Like that. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna start off with Cell Jr. So yeah, and yeah, it's pretty nicely detailed, even though the face does kind of look funny. So yeah, and he has really no articulation, just stands more like a statue. Pretty much what it is. Now let's yeah. Let me go with Cell first. Again, yeah, there's really not much articulation. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, the articulation's kind of weird, really. I know that it may seem not great, even back then to the people who bought the 2-pack that I have right now. Yeah, but, you know, sometimes they look more at this, like they stand at, you know, they seem like they're statues. Yeah, I mean, I can see why there's not much articulation, because this was made for kids, of course. So yeah, so, I mean, you can, or maybe you can't. So yeah, if you heard that large clicking sound, yeah, that means, you know, it's the first time moving it in a while. So yeah, head movements, arm movements, that's 3 articulations. Leg movements, 5, 6, and 7 articulations, or actually no, there's 8 actually. The waist is one of them. So yes, 8 points of articulation, which could have been, you know, more better if he had more, made him more posable. So yeah, not much for, you know, Cell. Now for Trunks, you know, the same thing with him, really. It's just like his powering up pose. Doesn't have really, like elbow movement joint articulation like Cell does. His arms can go out that far. Head can go side to side. And they rotate too, but the arms themselves, they can actually go out that far. Just be careful when, you know, when you have these figures, try not to overstretch them. So yeah, the knee joint movements. Yeah, and you know, once again, it's, you know, not much on the articulation, really. It's just, I know, you know, it's a little disappointing because it's not much articulation that they, you know, have. They have really less movement. You know, both Trunks and Cell, less articulation. Let me try to count this real quick. So it's, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, so he has what? 9 articulations on his body, but Cell has 8, so he has a bit more. Yeah, so I think. Yeah, I mean, there's that's pretty much it for this review. I mean, there's not much I can say about them, but I mean, I kind of still like them. I mostly see them as, you know, just statues. You know, I've been collecting in the packaging and dust. But yeah, this is, you know, one of these figures that I've had since my childhood, once again. Even though I really like them. Even though, yes, I have lost them before in when I first had them in my childhood. I did buy this again in, like, on eBay, because I usually get stuff on eBay. Couldn't even tell you how much this was. Probably a little cheap, I guess. I still don't know what the amount I got from this packaging. But yeah, I mean, these are kind of neat figures to have if you're, you know, if you like these kind of figures, that came out in the early 2000s, I would kind of recommend them, even though you may be disappointed how the articulation and how much amount that they have, which is pretty much less. So yeah, and so once again, it's not really much to say. But yeah, I would recommend getting them. I know that later on, they start to get better by having more articulation, and that's good. Although overall, I do like the coloring on these figures. For most of them, especially with Cell and Junior Cell, like it has more green and purple to it. Yeah, so it's pretty good. And Junior Cell is like purple or blue, coloring on it. It's pretty neat. Same thing can be said for Trunks here too. Yeah, and it's still spot on. It's still good. Like the painting, the coloring on his hair too. So yeah, even what the whole like body armor, like blue, white, yellow. Yeah, I really do like that. The coloring on his eyes are green. The eyebrow, yellow. I really do like the paint job on this, both of them. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my review once again. And if you like these type of videos, reviews, just like, comment, subscribe for more. And see you in the next one.